China has lost India forever. Friends, this is the topic of my video editorial today. I am Rajeev Sharma. Do watch this video till the end. This is a very brief video. Why I say that China has lost India forever now? Well, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has become another Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, the second Prime Minister to have reposed faith in China, and the second Prime Minister of India to be stung by China. Fortunately for PM Modi, he has not been stung as badly as Jawaharlal Nehru was in 1962 war. Nehru totally miscalculated, misjudged China and Chinese intentions. Well, not much change in Modi's outlook of China as well. 2 informal summits, at least 14 other summits, normal summits. Now, after the Galwan Valley face-off and after the continued military build-up along the LAC by China, though in the past 24 hours or so, there are reports that there is no fresh infusion of military assets by China. China has tried its best to browbeat, to bamboozle India, but it has failed, because India has matched Chinese military deployment, man for man, machine for machine, plane for plane, artillery guns for artillery guns, tanks for tanks. That is why there is no fresh infusion of military assets by China. Well, but now the road ahead is very clear as far as India is concerned. There is an old adage, trust but verify. That's what India did. India has been doing with China. But now, no question of trust. No trust, so no question of verification at all. This will have its own toll on the bilateralism between India and China. The bilateral relationship was unique, wherein the border dispute was compartmentalized, kept aside. This was taken advantage of by China at a drop of a hat. 3 years ago they did Doklam, this time they have done Galwan Valley. Doklam was not exactly Indian territory. Galwan Valley is a prime difference. So just as China was surprised by India's military action during the Doklam crisis, China must have been equally surprised by the Indian military build-up in response to Chinese build-up in Galwan Valley. Now, of course, there are non-linear, non-military ways which India will be taking up. For example, it has already started. India, which is one of the 122 countries, signatory countries, demanding causes and drivers to be investigated for the spread of coronavirus pandemic. Obviously, which is not like by China, which is because it is, as President Trump of the United States has very clearly called it, the Chinese virus. So India is now under no obligation. India has once again raised that bogey of finding the causes and drivers of the pandemic. And after a gap of 7 years, India has come as a non-permanent member of the United Nations Security Council from Asia. After a gap of 7 years. The other country was Afghanistan. Afghanistan withdrew its candidature in favor of India. India was elected unopposed and by a huge margin. India is also on the executive board now of WHO, World Health Organization, which will actually be in the driver's seat as far as finding the causes and drivers of coronavirus pandemic is concerned. And of course, this is not finished here. India will be using all other options. India will be bolstering its strategic partnership with Japan, with Vietnam, with India, with Australia. Now India should not be, and perhaps will not be, much perturbed about the militarization of Quad, strategic quadrilateral, involving US, Japan, India, and now Australia will also be added up formally. So these are the non-linear methods, and of course India will be increasing its activities with Taiwan. And China, this time, India is not bogged down by bilateralism factors. China cannot raise a finger. Whatever you wanted to do, okay, do it. Go ahead. So, that is why I conclude by saying once again, China has lost India forever, because no government in New Delhi, irrespective of which party is at the ruling, which party is the ruling party in New Delhi, no government, no party will ever trust China anymore. Thank you, and I hope you like this video and subscribe to my channel.